Boy, something really weird's going on with YouTube. Like sometimes I'll get ready to start the video and then it'll just stop working and then I'll have to start it in, and you can still see it on my page. Like it's supposed to be a video, but it's just, there's nothing there. And so I was looking at it this morning and I was trying to delete one of those, that doesn't have a video attached because like the camera didn't work or whatever. And it totally deleted the whole last video I did. The cool change one, gone. It didn't delete the page where it didn't have a video. It deleted the real video, so it's gone. I hope you guys watched it, and whoops. So I'm just trying to find my video right now so I can follow with you guys. And do the chat thing if you want to chat. So, how's your day? So I have my surgery today, but it's not until like way later this afternoon. So I thought, well, maybe I better just do a video. So I lost the last video, you guys, and I'm super sorry. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but I was thinking about doing like the next 3 months, June, July, August, for each sign. I'm gonna start with Aries, and like after I have this eye thing done, I have no idea what that's gonna be like for recovery, so I don't know when I'm gonna be back. So okay, so we're starting with Aries, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, archangels, ascended masters, and all that is. Thank you for giving me good, clear, accurate messages today. Okay, so I'm starting out with the light seers deck because I really do feel like we're in some sort of really important time right now, with this whole, it's really all the planets. Have you guys looked lately? There's going to be a lot of weird stuff happening. So I just thought maybe I would, okay, so I feel like there's a just say yes card here. So in the first thing, so I'm feeling like whatever it is that you're wondering about, the answer is yes. This could be about like maybe, honestly, it could be about being homesick and like taking a trip home, and maybe you feel like you don't have enough money or something like that. The spirit is saying like luck is on your side, go ahead and do it. And that's for the month of June. They're saying yes, whatever it is that you're being called to do, whether it's go see family or quit your job. Spirit is saying oh, look at that, moving on came out, so it could very well be about, walking away from something. Spirit is saying whatever that question is, it's okay to do it. Like Spirit saying, yeah, the answer is yes. So, okay. So I'm kind of doing a sort of a different little spread here today. I'm just winging it I've got the light seers, I've got the moonology, and then I've got the tarot of the heart. I'm going to look at this, get one card on each month for healing yourself, and what kind of advice Spirit might have for you about that. So thank you so much, Spirit, for the cool reading today. And pay attention to signs. Okay. All right, and then I have this past life deck. So we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do all the readings with all these different cards. I thought I'd just at least try it and see, because I did get all these new cards and I haven't even used them yet. Okay. Wow. Super telling, right? Okay. I feel like, honestly, some of you might be becoming a father for the first time here, too, in June, July, in August. So this will be like a brand new journey, you know. Spirit is just letting you know about it, I think. I feel like June, July, August, I feel like you have, there's going to be a lot of messages, like synchronicity messages, and Spirit's asking you to listen really good in August. Pay attention. Let's see, July. It looks like, you know, like there might be some downtime for somebody, like maybe resting, healing up from something. But it's always in those downtimes where we get downloads, you know what I mean? Downtimes lead to downloads. And that's what I think is coming. Spirit is asking you to be completely open in July, Aries, because I feel like you're being called to do something, to take the lead in some way. And they're asking you to like take that time to listen to your higher self, right? I feel like there's something going on here while you're in this resting period, you know, and you're surrendering to Spirit during this whole time, and you're being called all at the same time. And I feel like there's something new opening up inside of you that maybe you didn't know. Hi. That you didn't know was there, you know. Like, I feel like you're going to be seeing it in July, and it's going on through August, like synchronicities, things like that. So I took some cards out of this new deck that I have that is a past life deck, and I just drew one card for each month. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm finding out here, but let's just start with June. Okay. So I feel like you have a question in your heart, like you're asking Spirit something, and the answer is yes. Whatever the question is, the answer is yes. And I feel like there's some of you who are homesick, or you feel like you don't belong. And I feel like Spirit wants you to know that that's because you're one of the original light workers, and you're really not from this, you know, realm originally. You know, you're used to being somewhere else and doing something else. And sometimes it makes a person homesick for what they're used to, you know? Okay. Well, thanks for coming. So, what I feel like is happening here is there's some kind of huge transformation coming. You got the Phoenix Rising card. So, I feel like there's some of you who, honestly, you know, you've been taken all the way down to the ashes and you're starting to rise, which is always beautiful. I have the Knighthood card here from the past life deck. And I'm feeling like, you know, that's saying like in your past, you know, maybe you spent some time being a knight, and think about that. You know, when you think of knights, you know, and they protect the king, right? They spend their life, they're brave, right? And so I feel like that's kind of what's coming to you, is maybe like the knowledge of your bravery, past life, like how brave you've been, and like whatever's happening right now is like just, you know, another lesson. And I think you're figuring it out. I feel like you're really changing here. And I also see you moving on from something. So let's get some tarot on this first June thing, and we'll see what's going on, because there's a lot going on here with all these cards, which is fun. So you're moving on down the road. Luck is on your side. You're getting an affirmative yes from spirit and saying, like, it's okay if you feel lost and alone a little bit. Like, you're not. Remember who you are. Remember how brave your soul is, you know? Yeah, I feel like what's happening is like you're going to start to see like the blessings of your life. Like it's like you planted seeds, you've been planting seeds, and you're finally seeing the growth, you know? You're seeing the big growth. Like, think about when you put a seed in the yard, like in your garden, you know? It's much different planting a seed than it is like going to the store and buying a whole plant and just shoving it in the ground, which is mostly what we do, right? But when we plant seeds, it's exciting. They start to sprout and we watch them, and when they first bloom, it's exciting. Well, that's what I see happening to you, you know. Hi, Joni. So that's what I see happening to you, is you understanding, like you're understanding. You want to see this Phoenix card? Look at how cool this card is. It's like she's got some kind of power in those hands of hers, right, Libra? Or you're home and calm. Good. Everything's okay. Let's see. Okay, so what this is about is like, this is your spiritual journey that spirit is talking to you about in June, right? Like, you're starting to see like the things that you've planted in your life, like your whole life. Like, you're starting to see why, you're starting to see the growth, and then you're starting to like rise, ascend, right? I feel like, yeah, transmuting energy, rising from the ashes. You're going from 9 of Swords to 9 of Cups. You know, it's like you're seeing something different. You're moving on. You know why? It's because you're leading with a heart space. You see that? Look at that heart. Do you see how like it's just like? So I feel like you're leading with love here, and I think you're figuring out like that's kind of the ticket, right? So like so that's June. So June looks pretty good. Like, you're coming into your own here. In July, you're surrendering something. You're surrendering to the divine. And the reason is because you're being called to do something. You're being called to be a leader in some way in the light work, you know? Now, it's asking you to like unleash your creativity. And it's also asking you like, how teachable are you? How open are you to learning new stuff or tapping into your higher self? Like, can you do it? That's why the surrender card's here. It's like, we got a lot of stuff for you. Are you ready? You know? And you might feel like you're not. You might feel afraid, and I'll tell you why. It's the past life card. Because the past life card says, in a past life, you've been persecuted and you went through the Inquisitions. So people were persecuted for their ideas, for their beliefs, for their pagan origins, you know, like for knowing about the plant life and how it heals things. Women were killed for knowing how to heal with herbs. They were killed. And so I feel like you're being called to lead again, and there is a huge fear in you, you know? So I feel like that's why the surrender card is here, and spirit is saying like, we got you, boo. Like, I don't know. Let's get some tarot and we'll find out some more on this, but yeah, there's that heart again. Like, Ace of Cups. So remember the King of Cups is here too. Like you're starting right here. You're tapping in, you're talking to spirit, and you're talking to them about your heart space. Like open it. Open it. I want to be love. And here is spirit handing it to you. Here's your new beginning. This is July. Here's your new beginning, leading from your heart space. And there's this fear just like standing here looking at me, this persecution and inquisition card, you know. So I think you're being called, but I think you're being like scared off almost. I don't know why, but here's the Page of Swords. So I feel like you hi. Well, that's fun. Welcome everybody. So nice to see you guys. So what I see you do is now you're starting to like investigate things. Like I don't know. I'm wondering if some of you are kind of like getting this message somehow. Like you were part of that. You were persecuted. You might have even been killed, you know? Like who knows, right? But you were persecuted here. You're looking into it. It breaks your heart. You're feeling like, oh my God, that was rough. I don't know if you're like researching the Inquisitions or whatever, but I think you go through a period of grieving. Like I don't know if you're going to be seeing it or feeling it or something. Like something in July, you're going to connect with that Inquisition energy, I think. Maybe so you can release it, because a lot of times we have this stuff stored in us, this fear, and we don't even know it. So I feel like it's time for you to like, honestly, you're tapping in here and you're talking to spirit. Like, here's how the cards came out. You're leading with love. You're getting new information, and then you start to cry. It breaks your fucking heart. Maybe you're remembering. I don't know. But here's what happens. Nine of Pentacles. So this is where spirit comes in. I know it's about being stable. It's about being single and independent, you know, and I see you doing it here. But the more important message in this card is that bird, because that bird is the one that's supplying all the money, all the knowledge. You know what I mean? It's spirit. So here's what's happening. Like I feel like what's going on is you're going to be shown something, you know, like Knight of Wands. We're talking about spirituality here. So wands really are the spiritual thing, right? They are the magic. They are spirit. So you got the Knight of Wands, which is like you're learning something new and it's making you feel free. Like you're liking what you're doing. You're liking the way this new knowledge that you're getting from spirit is making you feel like you're understanding the freedom that comes with a relationship with spirit that's like that. You know, you have freedom. And then you go from the Knight to the King. So your spiritual gifts are amping up to the point where you are brave and if you ever were afraid, you're not now, you know. And look where it's taken you, to the Ten of Pentacles. This is like joy, stability inside your house, inside your life, inside your family. You're being called to lead here. I think you're a little bit scared, but I think once you get opened up to like the reality of what's holding you back, like this fear, it's deep. If it goes all the way back to then, like, you know, think about that. It was in the, God, I learned this in school. It was like 13 to 1600 or something like that, when that kind of shit was going on, the dark ages, you know. And I feel like you were there. And I think that that's what's making you scared. But once you figure out how to surrender to the divine, I think you're going to answer this really cool call and then slowly kind of move into the gifts that you're being given. So that's July. In August, Spirit's asking you to like take a dive, like down a new path, because you've already settled this shit. You got over it. You got through it. I think you're very much stronger too. Like realizing spiritually where you've been, where your higher self has been, your soul. You know, because all we know is this the few years we've been here. But our soul is eternal. Lots and lots of experiences, right? So Spirit is asking you to trust and take a leap. It's got something to do with looking at the bigger picture of life, of the universe, right? And it's also saying, like, you have ancestors that are helping you through this. This is a pretty big deal, like this leap that you're taking. It's down a whole new path. I feel like some of you could be having a baby or becoming a father. I see both those cards here, so take what resonates and leave the rest. It could also be talking about like a past life that you were a father, like you were the father in a past life, because these are the past life cards. So I'm feeling like, you know, it could be either one, somebody having a baby or the fact that you were a father in a previous life. So we'll ask Spirit. I feel like you're overthinking this jump. You know, like Spirit is saying, like, trust me. Your soul is saying, trust me. And I feel like you're kind of overthinking it. Feel like you're kind of asking Spirit about it, though. You know, 7 of Wands, you're like in kind of a protective place around yourself. You just want to make the right decision, right? You're scared, though. You got so much fear here. Tell me, clarify the Fool card. What's going on here? What are they jumping? What's their opportunity? You have to look inside to find that out. The Hermit card is here. Like, I feel like that's saying to me, like, everyone's is going to be different. But I think it's a pretty big deal because your ancestors are here to help you, right? There's that death and transformation again. Remember, you had the Phoenix over here. So this whole summer is like a rebirth for you. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. See, you're going into a new portal of life. Spirit's asking you to. Your whole own spirit is driving, right? And it's going like, come with me. Let me lead you. And you're scared. You're scared. So, Spirit, how can they work through that fear? Like, give me advice to work through that fear all through the summer. Like, because I feel like you're being prepared for something really great, but you're so scared. Yeah, you're fighting with yourself. So your advice here is to focus on the love around you, 10 of Cups. Focus on who you really are, Empress energy. Don't forget that energy. Calm, loving, nurturing. A life, the giver of life, right? The Star card, which is like healing, but it's also about getting what you want, you know, being a success story in your soul plan, right? And then 5 of Wands, like it has not been easy, and you're fighting yourself, basically, is what it's saying. So the way to help yourself, which is what I asked, is to focus on the love that's around you, 10 of Cups, the love in your family, friends, the people you work with, all those places that we receive love. Like, pay attention to those things. Keep your eye on the prize is what I get here with the Star card. Like, she's just going for it. She like putting I almost feel like she's lassoing the star, you know, and she got it and she's pulling it down to her. So keep your eye on that, and don't forget how powerful you really are. Like, how much power you have. Like, you're part of the universe, you know. So you have all of that backing, not to mention all this ancestor help. So I feel like when you get to this place where you're, you know, being asked to jump, of course you have to go into the Hermit first and talk to your higher self, but I still see some fear. And it's just really all about making a decision to do it. You know, like this is the cards that are coming out. Like take it into deep thought with the Hermit and go ahead and dive toward the light so that you can get a new timeline, a new life, right? A new portal, a new story. Your soul wants one. I was thinking about that the other day and how like the soul comes down here to like experience stuff, you know? And I was thinking about like, does it get bored with when we like, our human person gets into a loop and we just do the same thing over and over and over? Does our soul get bored with us? I don't know. I was just wondering about it because I'm pretty boring. And I was just thinking that. Like, has it been a bummer of a life for you, soul? Sitting around watching TV? I don't know if it is or not, but I sure would think about it. All right. Well, what did you think of those cards? It seems like a lot. It seems like I might be here a while, but like I don't have anything else to do. I'm just waiting for my surgery time, right? And it's not for like till 3 o'clock, and it's only like 10 or something. You think it enjoys the shit show? I kind of wonder too, because I mean, it sure plans a lot of bumps, doesn't it? And uphill climbs and stuff. I don't know. Okay, Taurus is next. How long did that take me? 26 minutes. 26:49. That's a long time. That means I'll be on here like 4 hours. I don't know. Oh, today's the day. Thank you, Erica. Yeah, today is the day. I'm so hoping that like tomorrow I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be able to see so good. I'm gonna be able to read a book. That's what I'm hoping. Let's talk about Taurus. June, July, and August. Spirit, show me what's coming. June, July, and August. Warrior woman, trust your path and share your voice. Okay, so those are the... Okay, angel spirits, guides, help me out with Taurus. Show me June, July, and August. Tell me what's going to be going on in their life. Believe in the impossible. What do you need to release? And you and your loved ones are safe. And let's look at the tarot of the heart. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, solar plexus. It looks like Spirit's talking to you through your chakra system here in June. Solar plexus is below the heart, above the belly button. Okay, and then the Lover's card comes out for August. Did you guys like these past life cards? Did you think they were fun? Okay. Tell me what's going on here. The reason that I wondered about the past life is because sometimes I feel like we don't know about our past lives, right? And they affect us still. Yeah, okay. Let's get some of these. These are, I think they're called healing. They're called Heal Yourself Oracle. So we'll see. So I'm getting one of these out for you too, Taurus. Okay. Holy cow, who am I talking to? Taurus? Are you guys some sexy bitches or what? Wow, we got some sex cards here. Not even kidding. Okay. Weird. We'll see how that comes out. I open up the deck to shuffle it and the Queen of Pentacles shows up. So I see sexual arts here in July. I've heard of it. It's like where people practice sex magic and heal people and stuff. Hi, Linda. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what the 1st June says. Okay. Okay, so let's just start with the June, and I'll just talk about that first. Uh-oh. Do you know what that is? It's my alarm clock for my eye drops, you guys. You wouldn't believe all the crazy eye drops a person has to take. It's pretty insane. Okay. All right, so here's what's happening. Spirit is saying, like, believe in the impossible. There's some kind of calling. I see warrior woman. So I think there's somebody here, Taurus, who's being called to do something. It's because of your strength. It's because of who you are as a person. And I feel like you're going to feel the messages, feel the guidance through your solar plexus is what I feel like is happening. What I see in the past, the reason that you're being chose is because of your past life. Like, you're just very wise. You have a lot of wisdom inside that soul of yours, right? And then we have the sexuality card coming out, and it's clarified by 5 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, and King of Wands. So, what's your deepest calling? I feel like you might be struggling with someone. It could be like a fire sign, or you could be struggling with your own courage or whatever. But this could also be about a relationship, you know, like struggling with somebody who maybe wants to be single, you know. I kind of feel like Spirit's guiding you, and I think you just need to pay attention to like how your body feels. You know what I mean? Like in your solar plexus, what would be going on there? Like heartburn. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing, solar plexus. So your body's trying to tell you something, and there's some kind of issue around sexuality here. So I don't know if it's this King of Wands, right? I don't know. I think there could be a new beginning. I feel like you might have been waiting. Maybe there was a fight with someone. I'm feeling more love stuff in this reading on this side in June. I feel like it's about a relationship. I feel also like Spirit is saying, like, you know exactly what to do. It's all inside of you. Just pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your solar plexus, right? Now in July, I feel like Spirit's asking you, like, to trust your path, you know? The card says, if you knew you would be supported 100%, what would you do? If you knew you couldn't lose at something, what would you do? So, interesting question, because Spirit is actually saying, what do you need to release? Because you can do anything. You know what I mean? The Empress is here too. Kind of telling me, like, you have it in you to create whatever you want, the Empress, right? I feel like in your past life here, I feel like you were pretty brave. And I think that you were involved in or are involved now in some kind of um, sexual arts, like sexual healing, sexual something. I feel like, I know that's a weird message, but let's get some tarot on it. Let's see what that says. Oh, Two of Cups. Okay. And Three of Swords is a here, but it's in reverse for some reason. So there's a soul friend here. I think that you were hurt by the soul friend, but I feel like maybe that's what you need to release, right? Maybe that situation, this situation, I don't know, is kind of holding you back. And I have heard about sex magic before, and I feel like you can get like really super like cord attached to a person and not know how to undo that. So I'm wondering if there's a message in there like that. Like, be careful. And be aware that you do have power. Like, if someone put, like attached some kind of thing, you do have the power to unattach yourself. I'm just saying. Yeah. I feel like you're healing up. I feel like you're working on yourself. I do see a match here on the table. It's a King, Queen of Wands. So the sex arts and sexual, what is it? Sexuality card. That's that one. I'll show you the other one. I don't mean to not show you guys. I'll sit here. This is the other one. It's number 33. Could be dealing with somebody with that life path, or honestly, 33 is an ascended master number, so I don't know if that means anything to you, but what I feel like is, I think you're working on yourself, your gifts. You're starting to remember, and I think you're starting to understand, because it says trust your own path. And if you knew you could do anything, what would you choose? And then the Queen of Wands comes out. So it's seriously saying like you can do whatever you want. So I feel like you're figuring that out. You're figuring out how you're brave you are. You're figuring out like there's something here about a heartbreak that's holding you back from moving forward. I think you're working on that, and maybe I think it's coming full circle, like, because the Six of Pentacles is here saying like it's going to be made fair, but first you have all this healing to do. Four of Swords, right? So in July you might be healing a lot, but I do see a lot of gifts coming in. A lot of times when we get to the darkest place and we've ever been in our life, I mean, that's when we get our gifts and we don't even see it coming, right? But maybe you start having visions or dreams or whatever, doing a lot of meditation, and you're like, I don't know what to do. And nothing but beautiful shit comes out when you start working with the other realms, you know what I mean? Even if it's just your own soul, a lot of cool stuff happens. And I really do see maybe there's some love on the table here for you, Taurus. It's a vibe match too with the King, Queen of Wands, lots of passion. So in August, it says, share your voice, come out of the cave. And then you and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, you have a lot of fear here. And I think it's around love. I think your fear is around love. And the Lover's card always means like a choice too, right? And I feel like in a past life, I feel like you were like a leader, like a high priest or a high priestess. Like you were like the link between the higher realm and people, when we used to need that, or we used to think we needed it, right? And I feel like there's something here that happened that made you scared. You know, something that happened in your previous life. Let's get some more tarot on it and see what's going on for Taurus. Okay, so Eight of Cups, walking away, not making a decision, and clarity. So I feel like basically this came out like this. So I feel like you get clarity on something, make a decision, and walk away from it. And it's this mindset that you have. And I feel like you have this fear. You have a lot of fear because this card is called entrapment. And it's about feeling like you're trapped, you know? And I think you carry that with you from previous lives. And you're getting clear here. And I want to know what you're getting clear on. Ace of Swords. What are you understanding here? You know, I'm also feeling like maybe for some of you, like, I feel like your fear is around love. It's around, like marital love is what I'm feeling. And I feel like it scares you so bad that you just, what scares you about it is getting trapped. Like if I did marry this person, like I'll be trapped forever. But right? Because I think that's what happened before in another life, and you're just carrying it around, and you're scared. You're scared for your family. You're scared for yourself. If you were to like move into a higher relationship, and it's okay. I mean, the card has come out of the cave. You're okay. Your family is okay. You're scared of love, Taurus. Spirit, what can they do about this? How can they help themselves? How can they help themselves out of this place of where they're at? Let go. Just let go. Four of Pentacles in reverse. You know, she's guarding her heart. She's not like, she's got her eyes closed in this card. It came out in reverse for some reason. So I'm feeling like that the advice is to just let it go. You know, let it go. Open your heart up. Yeah, King of Cups. Look at here. That's the card. Like, and then it leads to Ten of Cups. See, like once you let go of this fear, I mean, there's love coming right in, and it's coming from you because you're King of Cups. You're talking to Spirit. You're like, oh, you know, connecting in. Things are changing for you, is what I feel like. I got my cards all backwards. So that's your advice, is to let go, tap into the higher realms, and start just living from a heart space. If you could start that right now. You know, also what I'm seeing, like a running theme here, you know, with the sexual stuff and then the entrapment. It's like, I think there was something, like it could have even been in another life, and that fear just is so deep, right? But maybe you got, you know, connected to somebody through sex. Like, I can understand getting connected to somebody through sex, can't you? Is there anything more personal? I mean, they talk about invading a person's space, right? So I think that something happened in a past life, because you just, these are the healing cards that are coming out, like sexual art, sexuality, and entrapment. It feels to me like someone, like you feel like if you even let anyone in, like you're trapped. And Spirit is saying you and your loved ones are safe, and just come out of the cave. It's okay. You're okay. Nothing bad's happening. I feel like that's kind of I feel like that's kind of your path for the summer, is kind of like unwinding all of that. You're being called to do something. You're a very strong person, whoever I'm talking to. Okay, Gemini's next. 44. Okay, Gemini. Let's see. Spirits, angels, guides, thank you so much for your messages today. Let me clear accurate messages for Gemini, June, July, and August, please, Spirit. Okay, soul family, unbound. See, releasing old karmic patterns. So, yeah, the great gathering. The first card in June is Soul Tribe. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone, is what the cards are saying to me. Gemini. It's time for you to take the lead. The Emperor is here. You're definitely getting a call from Spirit. Okay. Okay, so your overall energy for this summer is joy and stability in your family. And I feel like that's kind of what you're working on. I also see you gathering a soul tribe and becoming a leader. So I feel like you have some kind of a miracle coming too. I really kind of do. And I think it's like throughout the summer, like little pieces of it, right? So this, you becoming a leader is like a brand new beginning. It's something you've never done before. This is new. Looks like there could be some healing that needs to take place, and maybe that's part of it. Got the hole in the soul card. And then courage. Let's see. One more bit. If you're just joining me, I'm on Gemini. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hitting the like button and sharing and subscribing and all that stuff. Let's do a past life card for June, July, and August. Okay. Bottom of that deck is Phoenix Rising. So I feel like transformation is afoot, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, so for June, it tells me that you're going to become a leader, that you're being called to gather in a soul tribe, and they're asking you to be the leader. Like, you've been in the shadows long enough, Gemini. It's time to step up. Spirit is saying, like, this is your job, you know? There's a new start. Get up. So the messages down below here are phobias and hole in the soul. So I feel like there are some of you that have some fears that are really drastic, like phobias. And it is because of a past life, something that hurt you so much that it came with you, you know, like it's just in you from this past life. There's a hole in your soul, and it has nothing to do with this life. And I think it could have caused a phobia. That makes sense to me, because I was thinking about when I saw the phobia card, and I'm thinking about, like, the biggest phobia I ever had was of dead stuff. Like, maybe not a bug, but anything else. Like a bird, a cat, like anything. I just freaked out, you know, freaked out. I don't anymore because I don't know how it happened. It was a miracle. It had to happen, all right. So I'm wondering when I see the hole in the soul in the past life card, and I'm thinking like, so the phobia came from that hole in the soul, I bet. You know, that deep fear of what could cause that. I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, what phobia? You know, the phobias of dead stuff, like what could I have gone through? Anything. Think of the past history of our earth, you know, the dark ages, all the wars, that could have been anything. Saw it so much it just like took a piece of my soul with it, you know. And then phobias appear. Okay, so let's ask about this with the tarot card. Give me some explanations. So I feel like spirit is really working with you, right? Like, and they're honestly giving you quite a few options. Like, well, you don't just have one thing to do, you have a bunch. Where would you like to start? And you're like, wow, this feels like too much. This feels like too much. Spirit says it's not. Come on, I'm going to lead you, and you're not going to believe how powerful you are. I'm going to show you. So I feel like in June, I feel like Geminis are taking the lead. I feel like Geminis are beginning a new path, a new life, a new lease on life, right? And it's spirit that is driving them. So what I'm seeing with this phobia and this hole in your soul thing, I think this is something that's probably going to be taken care of in June. Like, kind of like what I was saying, like I was afraid of dead stuff and now I'm not. It took a while. It was a bad phobia and it took pretty much my whole life to like not be scared of it. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening with you. And remember what spirit says. So your phobia doesn't have to be about what mine was about. It could be anything. Here's what I think it's about. I think you're scared to be a leader. I think you're scared to speak up for yourself. I think something happened maybe when you were a kid or in another life that made you feel like you needed to shut up and not speak how you feel. So actually coming out of that comfort zone, let me show you the Emperor card here because it really kind of shows it pretty good. You know, like here's this person in the back in the shadow of their life in the darkness, right? But they get this scroll. The scroll is like new knowledge. It's a calling. And then they get this strength and they're like, oh my God, okay, it's time for me to lead. I think it's your phobia. I think being a leader is your phobia. You're being called to do it. It's gonna feel like the Ten of Wands. You know, it's gonna feel like a struggle because this is something that is deep, and you're being called to do it. So Spirit's guiding you. Don't be scared. Look where you're ending up. Like, you start with this Emperor card and taking the lead in your life, you know, and you end up happy, independent, even wealthy maybe, right? And it's all because of Spirit, but it's always also about this work that you have to do, this phobia you have to let go of, right? It's scary. And there's a hole in your soul from it. Like, it's a deep wound. And I'm pretty sure it's about saying what you want. Remember the first card that says, call in your tribe. You don't have to do this alone. So I want you to keep that in mind. Like, you have ancestors, you have angels, you have spirit guides, and you have friends and family who love you. So you don't have to do this alone. Not to mention your soul, who is brave and fearless and knows what's going on here. You know, trust that. So I see this big fear. You're going to step up, Gem. Right on. Okay, so in July, unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. See, that's what's happening. Like you're figuring that out in June, and June's almost over, so maybe you've been figuring it out, right? Um, Here's what the cards say. First of all, it's time to release these old fears, this hole in your soul feeling, this phobia, and Spirit is saying you are good enough. Yeah. And reach out because we got you. They're holding you. I love that Three of Pentacles. This is it. And this card says, like, they can't interfere in your life. You have free will. So, in order to get angelic help, like, I need you to help me right now, you have to ask. They cannot come in. They can't interrupt your life. You have to invite them. So, just saying. Now, pay attention to signs is a card down here. This is like your healing yourself one. Pay attention to the signs. And then there's a baby here. So I don't know what that means, but well, let's clarify it. Okay, temperance. This is about transmuting energy. So maybe the innocence of a baby is coming through, right? Pay attention to the signs, it says. So what I'm seeing here is, oh man, this is really kind of pretty. You're good enough. Pay attention to the signs. Be instant. Find that innocent place inside yourself. Reach out. Ask Spirit, right? They want to come in. They want to help you transmit the energy. They want you to find balance. They're supporting you 100%. And mostly, look at your soul. So excited. So excited. And then the Ace of Cups. So like this is like a new beginning. Like it's a new way to see yourself. And every time I look at this specific judgment card, it just makes me excited. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever picture your soul like that? Have you ever? Like you're just sitting here. This woman is just going like, lead me. Please lead me. And it's the soul is just more than happy to do it. I love this card and this message. And I feel like your heart's being activated. Your heart chakra is being activated here in July. Understanding that you're good enough, right? Because back over here you've got these fears. Like you definitely have a fear attached to being a leader. But over here they're showing you, no, you've been a leader before. And your soul knows it. So maybe they're going to show you. I feel like it's going to happen pretty quickly once you ask. Don't forget about that part. So in August, I feel like, okay, so there's the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits and soul tribe. So I feel like you are gathering a tribe. And I saw that in the beginning too. So Gemini, you are actually gathering people together. You're calling them in. You're attracting them with your light. And then the moon card says it's a time to give rather than take. The tarot of the heart is asking about your battles. Choose your battles. So there's another card here from the light worker. And it's saying who or what is triggering you. So I feel like there's somebody going to be triggering you in August. And Spirit saying, choose your battles, and it's a time to give rather than take. Just saying. Okay? So that's going on. I think this is something that is going to require a lot of courage from you. I feel like it's something that, it could be the mirror. It could be the fact that Spirit's asking you to put everybody else in front of yourself. It's time to give rather than take. So I think this gathering that you're doing, I mean, you really do have to love, nurture those souls that you're gathering to you. You have to offer them love. And I feel like kind of one of the feelings is that you're just not good enough to do it, but you are. Spirit wouldn't have chose you. So you could be required to travel. I do see some traveling here too. Yeah, I feel like this is a free, really free path that you're on. Page of Wands. Like you are excited. And I think it makes you feel free. I think you're discovering new gifts that you have that you didn't know before. And it's opening up a bunch of new opportunities, like in money, the way you make money, or maybe the way you look at money, the way you feel about money. You know, I mean, I know we need it, but I feel like you're more interested in the soul stuff. You know what I mean? But it's actually you're bringing this page of wands, this excitement that you feel, this skipping, this hopping, this jumping, this manipulating energy, whatever you're doing, you're bringing it into the 3D. It's not just a fantasy. You're really doing it. You're manifesting. You're figuring shit out, and it's exciting. Tell me more about August. Okay, you're afraid. You're scared. Again, like fear attached to a new idea, fear attached to moving in a new direction, fear attached to being the gatherer, right? Being the leader. I feel like it's carried with you through the whole thing. Like you're feeling like you get all this great energy, but you're back to here, you know? Like, so up to you what you want to do. Spirit, give me some advice for a Gemini. Like, what can they do to like get through this energy? The Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Just go. It's meant to happen. This is the happening, right? And the Chariot is a victory, right? It's movement. It's and I see movement here, like in this reading, like more than one card saying like, I don't know if you're going to be traveling. Could be traveling even over water. But more than anything, you're aligning with your higher self. And once you do that, I mean, you can really do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can, like, it's a whole new life, right? With abundance. I see some soul friends coming in here. I see you really being comfortable with the energy of the divines, because we got the emperor here and now here's the empress. So it could be that, you know, somebody's going to come in this summer that's a soul friend. It could be also that you're really falling in love with that deeper person, that soul that's been around and around and around, and you're just finding it and finding out how cool it is. So that's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, you know, you get on the same page. I see a lot of big moves, and you know, like you allowing spirit. Nine of Pentacles, the Judgment card, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands, right? And then at the end, the advice. All major arcana. Well, not the Two of Cups, but look at the Chariot, the Wheel, the Sun, Two of Cups, and the Empress. This is your destiny, you know? Like your destiny is to love yourself and to nurture other people and to be a leader and to feel abundant and happy no matter what's going on in the world. That's what your soul is here to do. It's to work through all the shit and come out with the sun. And that's what I see you doing. So that's pretty good. What a fun summer. Lots of growth. I feel like there could be lots of traveling in August for somebody, right? And you might be afraid of that too. I see a lot of fear around you, Gemini. You know what? I almost feel like I should shuffle these two decks together. They're the same size. Might as well, right? For the next one, I'm just going to do that. Let's save us a step. I'm totally Gemini sun and moon. And we do have good times. When I was younger, I think I was really fun. I don't know what's happened. I'm not all that much fun anymore. Okay, Cancer is next. Okay, Cancer, tell me what's going on for Cancer for this summer. June, July, August. What do they need to know, Spirit? Okay, so Cancer, it looks to me like you're, the first card out is Lemuria. That's such a beauty card. And the message is creating heaven on earth. It is happening. So I feel like you have some kind of role in that. Creating heaven on earth. Imagine what that might look like. I don't know what it would look like physically, but I think like how it would feel like, you know what I mean? Like so much love. Hi, Joni. It's okay. You don't have to be sorry. I appreciate you guys being here. I love having the company. Okay. Cancer, it looks to me like there's like a pretty big transformation coming. And I think you're having a hard time like doing it. You know, like you don't, the South Node is here. It's like you want to stay in an old pattern. And it's about something in your life that needs to be aligned. So what is it in your life that needs to be aligned that you're not wanting to align? You're not wanting to, you know what I'm saying? Because it needs to transform. So something has to go, and so that it can be transformed. It's like the death card, you know, that I have this one death card. I can't remember what deck it's in, but it's like a door. You know, like there's a door that's shut and another door that you can go through. And it's kind of like that. Like you have to walk out of the other door and shut it before you can go into the new door, right? But it's like in this pile in August, it's like you're keeping a door open. You know, like you're not really shutting the door to whatever it is. You're still hanging on to the South Node, which is like an old way. It's like the way things have always been. So maybe, you know, something changed and you're just to the point where you're like, fuck that. Like, no, I don't want to accept this change. I don't want to, right? Because I see a tower here and I see you trying to rebuild it in August. And I think there is something I have to let go of, but it feels, I don't want to say comfortable, but that's the only word I can think of. Like you're too scared to move from it. Like it hurts, but you're too scared to move. That's what I'm getting. So we'll get these other. You have no Gemini. I bet you have Gemini in a house, Joni. I bet there's a house that's in Gemini. It's just not possible to not be in your chart. Analysis paralysis. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ooh, this looks good. Okay. That's funny. Okay. Okay, so for June, like I said, I feel like this is the Lemuria card. You're creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Spirit's asking you to seek them and look at the bigger picture because you really do have a calling. I feel like in a past life, you were like a leader in something spiritual. And I think that you are or were in that past life. So what I'm saying by that is that you still have that knowledge inside of you, but it's about alchemy. It's about changing energy. So that's what I'm seeing here. Let me just show you, like, so you're creating heaven on earth. Look at the bigger picture and seek spirit. This is the Hermit card. Spirit saying, will you just get into the position? Will you just let me give you something, And because you're already a master at changing energy. You already are. You learned it a long time ago. And so this should come very naturally to you once you tap into it, right? So this whole pile is about alchemy. Not only changing your energy, but changing the energy on this planet. And I mean, I don't know if you watch those kind of videos, but man, there's a lot of people, that are all trying to spread the love. So I feel like that's part of why you're here. It's because it's like you nailed it in another life. It's like you nailed it. Like they're like, okay, you're so good at this. Like during this time, which is a pretty weird time, you know, and they asked you to be here just then because of your ability to change the vibe. Alchemy is about changing thought patterns, the way we think and feel and behave. It's about turning some kind of bullshit situation that was just thrust upon us, it seems like. It's about finding the beauty in it and finding the blessing and being grateful for it at the end of the day. So that's what alchemy is. And Cancer, that's part of your it's part of your plan. So you just need to know that about yourself, right? So what I feel like is you have a pretty important role in the raising of the vibration of the planet. And as soon as you figure it out, your whole life will change, right? Um, yeah, you've got spirit backing you up, right? Why is that there? Oh my God. Cards just want to throw all over the place here. Okay. The devil is here. And I was thinking like, God, that was such a really positive message. Why the fuck is the devil here? Like, why is he here? He doesn't belong in this pile. All right. So you're stepping into a new portal. The Eight of Wands is helping you. I think you're the one dragging your feet. Like, I think you're scared. I think, it's one of those things where, you probably don't remember the fact that you were like a master alchemist. You know, you don't remember that you were. And so you have fear attached to it. And So the Page of Swords is here, sort of talking like about investigating truth that you didn't know before, or investigating something new, right? Like alchemy. Like I'm telling you right now that you are a professional alchemist in a former life, and spirit's waiting for you because, I mean, you do have some transforming to do on the planet. So it's pretty much I feel like it's important for you to get on the page here. June's almost over. So, sorry so late with the reading, but it's true. So this devil, let's talk about it. The devil could be about being obsessed with something. It could be about being codependent. It could be about addiction. It could be about fear, you know? So like there's something acting as a devil, and it's kind of controlling you. And I'm pretty sure it's fear. Or maybe you just feel like it's too much of a task. You know, like you don't really want to now. And like I'm telling you, you came here to do this and you're pro. And you're like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a lot, you know? It seems like 10 of Wands to me. Like, that's just a little too big of a burden for me. And I just feel like Spirit wants you to just look at it differently, right? Seek them out, ask for answers. I mean, I feel like, Two of Cups. I just see this card sometimes as you and your soul, like, finally, like, clasping hands and, like, you giving it the value that it deserves, your soul part. I mean, think about, like, you go your whole life and you don't really know, but there's this other piece of you just kind of going through, but there is this other piece of you that's powerful, and I feel like it really is asking you to come for it, seek it. The Hermit card, that is about going inside and talking to your higher self, and they want to fill you up with the knowledge, because the shit's gotta get started here sometime. Okay, so let's say July. Deep replenishment. This is time for you to rest and get healed up. Cancer, July. So there is something here about needing to release something. Like there's something that hurts you that needs to go. You need to let it go. You need to figure out you need to figure out the alchemy. What's the good shit that came out of it? And how am I going to find out? So there is an answer here, and it's called share the love. Like this is where you offer love and kindness to other people. I've talked about it a lot of times on here. When you offer even just a kind word or a compliment to someone, it makes their day better. It heals their heart a little bit, and it also heals yours. So why would you not want to do that, right? So I feel like you are working on needing to release something, and it's going to be a lot easier to release it if you're also loving yourself and others easily. Small ways, you know what I mean? Just kindnesses. See what happens. It starts to change your vibe. It starts to create alchemy. Now, the bottom cards here, remember I shuffled them together? There are two that came out in July, and they're about healing and not about your past life card. So it's about healing, and it's saying like and the upper card says it's time for you to take a rest. You need to heal, right? And I feel like it's about, like, share the love card, because it's the love card come out. 28, the love, and then family and tribe. So I feel like, you have all this love right around you. So if it's something that you want to do, or like I'm asking you to do, and you decide to do it, just start right at home, right with the people that you already love. Um, yeah, and then August, or let's see, we'll get some tarot first. Let's see, tarot. Share the love. What do you need to release? So, okay, It's the Tower moment. Okay, so the Tower is over here in August as well, called Rebuild. So there could very well be a Tower moment in your family, or there could be a lot of options, like decisions to make, right? That cause confusion. This is definitely about your family. I feel like there's some kind of Tower moment. I feel like there's some of you that might have to make a sacrifice in this situation, like Hangman. You know, like you might have to make a sacrifice for whatever this Tower is. Let's ask about that Tower. Tell me about the Tower, Spirit. What's going on with the Tower for Cancer? Okay. Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, Four of Swords. So, yeah. So you're healing up from something. I mean, it's like the nightmare. But, so alchemy again. Talking about alchemy here. So I feel like you're in the Four of Swords healing. You're having a lot of nightmares. But for some reason, and like, there's two nines here. Realizing. Nines are about realization. So you're realizing something in the Nine of Swords, and then you're realizing what you want in the Nine of Cups. It's almost like you're taking the nightmare and turning it around into like love, you know? And I think, you know, this could be like Hangman. Like that's looking at it from other perspectives. Like, well, what's my soul feel like? You know, what does my daughter think? What does my husband think? What is my, you know, how do they all feel? Because you need to know that in order to like make a decision, you know? You do. So in the Hanged Man, you're actually, that's what you're doing. You're looking at it from all these other perspectives. And I think you are alchemizing in July. And I think a lot of it has to do with sharing the love, you know, with your family. Okay, so in August, we've got align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And then transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level in August. And then don't let your past hold you back. South Node. And then the Tower card, but it's called Rebuild here. So you're starting to heal here. Now, in the bottom cards, the past life cards came out for this pile, and it's about money, a farm, and Egypt. So let's clarify Egypt. Why is Egypt here for Cancer? So I feel like you were some kind of definitely tapped into spirit in another life. I think you might have lived on a farm in Egypt. And there's something about finances too. Why is this here? Oh. So this is about love. This whole August is about love. I think all this pain is about love. It's about letting go. It's about accepting your reality for what it really is. And it's about things being made fair. It's about spirit coming in and moving you to somewhere calmer. And it's really about, you know, Nine of Pentacles is here. This is like allowing spirit to be your guide and just following it, making that decision. It's leading you to like blessings. Queen of Wands is here, right? So I think, let's see, where was it that said, Things are changing at a cellular level. I feel like there's some kind of deep wounding there about, like, from your past life, about maybe love and money hooked together. And for some reason, like, Spirit is saying, don't let your past hold you back. Something's got to change. And I think it's got something to do with that, money and love. So, Spirit, tell me, what can Cancer, tell me advice for Cancer. Okay, so it's like, yeah, 7 of Wands. Raise your vibration before you make the decision that you're about to make. There's a decision. Tap into your heart space and lead with love, just like the rest of the message said. You know, like, share the love. What do you need to release? There's things that's got to go here. They're old beliefs, you know. You're going to be successful and get clarity. Yeah. Just trust Spirit on this, you know. Just do the best you can. I think the alignment in your life is about, like, it's mostly just about, like, moving forward and trusting that Spirit's got your back. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big question of that. Do you trust your higher self? Do you trust your soul? Do you? Because it's time for something to be different. There's something that you have to let go of. It's some kind of pain about love, about a lover, about a relationship. And it's also about money. So definitely 3D stuff, you know? And I feel like, you know, 3D is important, but so is our spirit self, you know? And I kind of feel like that's what's happening. Like, the tower comes to break us completely apart so that we can rebuild ourselves, you know, with the help of Spirit. Do you see the angel all around her? You see her heart being all healed right there. So I kind of feel like that's what's happening. I keep feeling like I'm missing something. What do they need to let go of? Tell me what they're trying to let go of. It's saying surrender, the broken heart. That's what it is. So if you had a broken heart in this life, well then, you know, it's like Spirit is saying, like, Spirit is going to show you how, why, and how it's fair, and why that had to be in your life. Like, have you ever wondered about that? Like, why does that shit have to happen to me? I feel like me and Joni talk about it all the time. Well, it's because of the next thing. It's because of the next piece of your life. Like, you have to learn things and then move forward, learn some more, move forward some more. You know, we're evolving, we're learning, we're growing, we're spiritual creatures, you know. So what I see happening is, like, Spirit is saying, like, just surrender this pain, and I promise you, I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you what you got from it, and I'm also going to show you something way better. Like, you thought you had something great here, but I'm going to show you what it's really all about. 4 of Wands. That's the outcome. Like, this is a party. It's a wedding. It's I don't know. Right? But you see what's happening? You surrender the pain. The justice comes in because your soul wants you to know. And then you get that fine 4 of Wands, which is where you feel great. You know, you just feel like, this is the way it's supposed to be. And I feel like that's what's happening in that rebuild card, you know. It's just that you got a lot of fear here, you know. You really do. But if you get to the place where you can actually just let spirit, like trust that spirit's got it, your soul, you know? Like sometimes I worry about like stuff, and then what I've been doing is just like, let's say, okay, so it's mostly about my adult kids. But I usually like I need to shut up. You know what I mean? Like this person is a loudmouth fucking know-it-all, and sometimes I just need to shut up. And so that's kind of what I say to spirit. Like I end up saying things I don't mean if I, you know, if I don't say first for spirit, you know, like I need you to guide this conversation. Because I am selfish and I am scared and I am fucking mean sometimes. I don't want to be that. I want to come from the heart space. I don't want to let my higher self make these decisions and talk in this conversation, you know? And you know what? It's really working out. Like, I haven't made any really huge faux pas in a while with my kids. I did it with someone else, but... Hey, Jess! Wow, I haven't seen... You would have time to feel drawn to. Would you mind drawing a message for me, please? And thank you. I will. Yes, I will. It's okay. Like, don't be so hard on yourself, you know? Like, I'm just giving you advice, and if you, if it takes you longer, just, it's okay. Like, don't, I'm not judging you. I'm not. And neither is spirit. They're like, they're just giving me messages, and you can do what you want with them. You don't have to do it in June. You could do it next June, you know? Like, I really just, the more I read tarot cards and tap into spirit, the more I believe there is no mistakes. You know? They're just experiences. That's why we're here. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't think you're not going fast enough. You're going just right. I really do believe that, Erica. Okay. Just remember to like watch things going on around you while they're going on around you. You know what I mean? Okay. So, wait, did I write down? This is for Leo, and I forgot to put the time down, so I will now. 32. Okay, so Leo is next, and all right. Some of you are being called to teach. Yeah. And I think you might have to walk away from something to do it. That will be like in August coming in. I also see abundance coming in too. Like I feel like whatever you're teaching here, you've been called to teach, I feel like you're going to be... I think people are going to just be attracted to you because I feel like you like have this, it shows, it's the sun card, but it shows this woman having like the sun coming right out of her heart. And I feel like that's what it's saying for you, Leo. This is your reading and the sun is your freaking card, right? So, all right. So let's see. Oh. Let's try these cards first. Dreams coming true. Hold your vision and the crumbling. Here's the thing. You have wish fulfillment coming in. This is for Leo. You have wish fulfillment coming in. Spirit is saying, like, just stay focused on that. Stay focused on the wish that you want to manifest. hold your vision because it's coming. But there is something blocking you, Leo, and it's the crumbling. It's the Tower card, and it says, "What are you clinging on to?" So I see maybe somebody going on a trip. Yeah, traveling. Yep, traveling. And in July, they're asking you to be authentic. Show the world the real you. Don't put on a fake front. Just be your real self. Your vibration's really rising, and it's saying to you, you are the oracle. So I feel like you'll have messages coming through you. So make sure and pay attention to that. I also feel like your home life is getting very stable, and I feel like you're kind of loving your life. In August, I feel like something, yeah, win-win outcome is forecast. You also have the sunshine card, and I also see you maybe having to leave something behind in order to shine, because you're being called to be a teacher, and it's going to be very good. A win-win forecast is what it says, but you do have to walk away from something, like maybe a job or something like that. So hold your vision in June. Great dreams are coming true. And then what do you need to release? The crumbling. What's spirit taking out of your life? Is it a friend? Is it someone who just fucks up all the time? Is it someone who's a liar? I don't know. But something is being removed because it doesn't fit into what you're manifesting. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's some kind of traveling going on. Somebody could be getting some kind of a new vehicle as well. But I do see a suitcase here, and I also see a train. So I don't know. Are you guys going on a trip? So let's just talk. Let's get some clarifiers from Nine of Cups. That's coming out again. Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. Chariot card. You are going somewhere. You're excited. This is going to be victorious. You have a lot of balance coming in as well. Like, something inside of you has changed. And I just feel like you're manifesting like crazy. What's happened here, like, and maybe it's been going on for the whole month of June, but what I see is your light and your shadow being like balanced, equal, one not outrunning the other. They're on the same. They're going the same direction, wanting the same goal. And you know what? I don't know about anybody else, but that's all I ever want, is to just do what my soul tells me to do. You know what I mean? Like, I have done 60 years of just fucking shit up. And I'm just like, soul, come on, let's get out of this rut. Why don't you show me something good, you know? So that's what I feel like is happening to you, Leo. I feel like you found it. You found the balance. Let me just show you what's coming out here. And I don't know if it's because of the traveling, but you're definitely going somewhere. You have 3 movement cards right there. Wish fulfillment, and then the temperance card. So whatever this is, it's balancing you. Balancing you, mind, body, soul. I feel like once that happens, there's no coming back. Like, you're just suddenly a new person. All love, all, you know what I mean? Not saying that we don't still have human stuff and we still make mistakes. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I see something really beautiful for you coming, Leo, in June, by the time June is over. July. Your vibration is raising, and it doesn't surprise me because of all of this over here in June. And in July, you're being given some kind of messages from Spirit. It says you are the oracle. So you're delivering messages for Spirit. This could be like angels or whatever. Like, just all this, you just meet someone, you tell them something, and you don't even know why you said it or whatever. because it was spirit. So I feel like get prepared for that, because that's really who you are. You might not know it, but that is who you are, and I think all of us really kind of are. But Spirit's asking you to show the world that part of you, that real you know, the one that's connected, the one that says what Spirit asks them to say, the one that is open to that. Like, that's the real you. As soon as you honestly get authentic with yourself, I feel like there's just this feeling of peace that comes over you. Like maybe you've never felt it before. Spirit is saying, like, have faith, and then the beauty card is here. So let's just clarify. But I feel like Spirit is just trying to say, by show the world the real you, you're so beautiful. I feel like that's what the beauty card is here. Show the world the real you. You're beautiful. Don't ever doubt that. You're beautiful and wonderful, and you're meant for something. 22 card here is here. You know, that's a pretty special number. You know what I mean? Like a special job, right? Spirit job, number 22. So I feel like it's going to require you to have faith, but I feel like you do have it. So tell me what's happening here in July with the Tarot, Spirit. Give me more messages. They have to be authentic, and your vibe is raising. Okay, so this could have something to do with like karmic cycles being made fair. Yeah, 2 sixes in a row. You got 6 of Pentacles and 6 of Swords. So Spirit's actually helping you out here, moving you in. They're the ones helping you raise your vibe. Because that's what the 6 of Swords is all about. It's like getting in the boat. You're too sad. You're in an unstable spot. Let's take you somewhere else. And it's really about your vibration. It's about how you're feeling. It's about that. Yeah. Oh, and another 6 of Pentacles this time. This is definitely a past. This is definitely karma. So be authentic, because you're having some kind of karma, and it's coming to full circle here. Like, it's done. So you're going to have joy and happiness in your home in the 4, right? And you're being called to be a messenger, the oracle. You're being called to be a messenger. And this is part of your plan. Who am I talking to? Leo? Spirit, Leo, tell me what your 10-year future self wants to say in this card. Do you have advice? Okay, so control tactics came out in reverse. So I'm feeling like if you have any kind of, like you want to control the outcome of situations, try and put a damper on that and start practicing like, Spirit, here you go. It's just basically a surrender, right? And instead of like you trying to figure out, just Spirit, figure this shit out for me about every decision, about love. And that's what'll give you your wish comes true. Make sure to apologize and also forgive freely. This is what your 10-year older self. So if you're, 45, your 55-year-old self wants to give you this advice. Release control about love and even decisions that you have to make. Like, don't try to control every single thing. Let it go. Surrender it. Because that's where you get your wish fulfillment, is when you surrender to your higher self. Your higher self knows what you want. It's our human that just gets in the way all the time. But there's also apology and forgiveness. So I don't know, if you need to apologize to someone. You do. So you take what resonates out of that advice from your 10-year older self. That was a pretty cool message. And like, you're in this you're in your south node comfort zone, and I feel like your 10-year older self says this isn't where it's at. Like you've lived in that life long enough. Now this is it. So what is it? It's a spiritual calling. It's a spiritual calling. Spirit's asking to use you. Remember, you signed up for this. This was the plan. Remember? And so there you go. Now August. So here's what happened. So you are being called again. Like here they're telling you that you're the oracle, and now they're saying you're either going to be like a priestess or a mystic or a teacher. They're calling you to do something. You're needing to be a leader here. And you have to leave something behind with the moving on card in order to actually fully take on this role. And it is a win-win outcome. Down below, what you have is dreams and how teachable are you. So here's what I'm feeling like it's saying is that they are giving you messages while you sleep. You know, like you're having visions, you're having, I don't know. Look at how cool this card is. Isn't that pretty? Like a fairyland with a tiger. Jess. That's what I'm talking about the control thing. Like you're trying to, I know all about it. That's how come I have to talk to spirit every time before I talk to I just have a couple of adult kids that I just don't say it right. I hurt their feelings. I can't communicate properly with either one of them. They're both Aquarius. And I try, but I come off like a bitch instead of being the loving soul that I know that I am. Because I'm the same way. Like, you're in an abusive relationship, I'll fucking abuse the shit out of you if you don't leave. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up, man. I get you. It's hard when you see your kids going 200 miles an hour toward a freight train, a moving freight train that's coming right at them. And what do? You want to jerk the wheel. You want to fucking go, no, 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 you can't do this. You know, like, no matter what the situation is, you want to jerk the wheel. And once they're adults, it's not really our job to jerk the wheel. As hurtful as that sounds. It's like, so we have to come from a place of love. And in order to do that and sound like that, I have to really rely on my soul. I have to shut the fuck up and just be like, I mean, you know what I did the last time when I hadn't seen my boy since my other boy died, and he hadn't talked to me or anything, and I don't even remember much that went on around that period of time. Like, I must have been mean or something. Anyway, they were on their way, and I knew they were coming, and first thing I did, I went and found a piece of paper, and I thought all the things I'm grateful for. I looked around, and I just made a giant list. Like, I just started listing off everything. I'm grateful for my back porch. I'm grateful for this coffee. I'm grateful for, you know what I mean? Like, I just started, like, thinking about it, and I probably made a list of, like, 50 things. Then there was a knock at the door, and there they were, and I got a big hug. It worked out okay. And that my soul did lead me the whole time. I didn't say anything. Hi. It is hard. Okay, August. Let's keep going here for Leo. Am I still on Leo? Yeah. Okay, High Priestess. How teachable are you? So this is this one where it's like a win-win. You have to sacrifice something. You have to leave something behind in order to go down this path of being a teacher that you're being called for, right? So High Priestess is here talking to your higher self. Wow. And the Hermit card, of course. What do they have to what do they have to leave behind, Spirit? this. You have to leave behind the drudgery of the tower, the fear of the tower, or the feeling that the tower is going to happen again. Like, I kind of feel like some of us, we freak out about that tower, right? Because it can be anything. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying, like, tap in. Those are the 2 tap in cards. And let this shit go. Be careful of this part. I feel like that's kind of the thing. Like, no matter what, you are called to be a teacher or some kind of like spiritual spiritual guide, right? To the people in this time. There's a lot of people that are going to be confused and hurting. They already are. You know? They already are. And it's worldwide. You're being called to help change the vibe. We all are. And Leo, you're going to win. You're going to win. There's no not winning when it comes to a soul plan, right? There's no screwing it up. So don't get scared about that, because it's not even a real thing. There are no mistakes. If there was, we wouldn't be allowed to have free will. It's not even possible to make mistakes. So, whatever you choose at whatever time, the choice is yours. Just like it's your kids, you know? Okay, so let's see who's next. Virgo. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So Virgo would be halfway, right? 151, 58. Angel spirits, guides, give me some messages for Virgo. Tell me all about Virgo. The energy is gaining momentum. A win-win forecast. And your dreams need a practical plan. I also feel like there's something that's kind of like hanging around energy. And you need to let it go, I feel like. Okay. The energy is gaining momentum and leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. That's the card. A win-win outcome is forecast. And then the light worker deck says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Interesting question. And then your dreams need a practical plan. And this card is called the Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So basically, I mean, wow, you've got a lot of helpers here, Virgo. Look at all of them. They're all staying there. And I feel like if you're unsure of your plan, like I feel like you do have this whole council of ancestors and angels and loved ones from other realms, you know, from past lives, that kinds of thing. Yeah, you're getting a new path here. And Spirit is showing you. Okay, and I feel like honestly, you're being called like this to do this like new thing and the Council of Lights with you, and you're kind of looking the other way. Know what I mean? Like you got your back turned to the opportunity, which is kind of a drag. But I get it. I feel like I get that card for myself too. Like it's like, oh my God, what am I missing? And it's just like because you're concentrating on something else in the Four of Cups, or like Four of Cups comes after Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is Well, it can be a reconciliation, it can be a party, it could be a third party, right? So 4 of Cups, like you're looking at something different. And you're not seeing like the spiritual blessings that are there, right? So let's see. Okay. I feel like in June, I feel like you're going on a new path, right? You're going down a new path. You're like kind of like the Fool card, ready to take the leap, ready to... I'm on Virgo for all the new people that came. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting. Dan, did you go in to see the doctor? I have my surgery today at 3 o'clock. So it's not until this afternoon. So I decided maybe I would do a reading because I don't know how long I'm going to be like not able to do it. Like, I don't know. I kind of wanted you to be on here today, Dan, because I would like you to type in to the thing. I want you to tell me as an experience, what was it painful? How many days did it take you to like actually have sort of a normal life? Because I was sort of thinking I'm just going to go there, I come home with a patch on my eye, go to bed, I get up the next day, take the patch off, and then everything's groovy. But I looked at all this stuff at how that surgery happens, and I'm kind of scared. So, will you tell me what the pain is? Like 1 to 10, what's the pain? 1 being hardly anything, 10 being like I can't fucking handle it, and how long did it last? And I will continue the reading June for Virgo. So basically you're kind of being asked, your soul is ready to like make a change, you know, like it wants a different experience, it wants to do something different, and it's written in the plan, and it knows the path is being illuminated. Look at the cards that came out together. I mean, kind of the same, right? So Fool, it's your soul, right? And the energy is gaining momentum. So you might feel pressure from something, like it's time to change something, it's time to do something, right? I also feel like maybe there are some of you who are like, I don't know, not 100% authentic. I'm going to get some tarot and clarify. Let's see what's happening here. So you're on a new journey. Your soul's ready. Your soul's ready to go in a new direction. And I don't know how your human feels. I feel like maybe your human is, maybe, I don't know. Let me see. 4 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles. You can't decide. Oh, look at all those 2s. You've got the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. So you're being, honestly, I feel like your soul is really trying to push you somewhere new. And your human is like, I don't know. You're like, I don't know. I don't know about this leap business. What do you mean? Okay, let's see what else is happening. So Spirit, of course, is telling you to like go into the hermit mode, talk to your higher self, connect with that intuition, and then make your decision. Like, you know, the reason that your human is like, I don't know. Because this card here, it's kind of like, you're going to listen to your human or you're going to listen to your soul. You're being called by both of them. Your soul wants to stay comfortable, wants to have fun, and I mean, you're human, wants to stay comfortable, right? But your soul has shit to do. It says tap in. So I feel like as soon as you tap in, you... So that wasn't painful at all. Yay. I've been sort of scared about it. No headaches or anything. Man, I've been just having such bad headaches, like, for about a couple months. Okay, so in July. So it seems like you are up against some things, maybe that you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself. Maybe you're afraid to speak what's on your mind, or maybe, there's something inside you that, I don't know, you just don't feel like you can be authentic. And the spirit is saying, like, don't dim to fit in. There's a win-win outcome. And then I feel like there's some sort of a temptation. I think the temptation might be, honestly, it might be about these self-doubts that you have, Virgo. But it's talking about loving yourself here with self-love card. So I feel like you have to understand how great you are. You have to feel it. You have to embrace it. Embrace what I'm telling you about the soul piece, right? And feel that on your own. Like, it can't just be something I'm saying or the tarot cards are telling you. It's like, it's a feeling that the soul is saying, your soul is saying to you, you're beautiful. You're awesome. Don't you remember this? Right? Yeah. Here's the victory. Here's the thing. You got a win-win card, and then the victory card comes out. So, like, no matter what happens, you're just going up that magical stairway to the sky, right? That's what this is all about. And you actually have people helping you. Three of Pentacles. They're spirit people. I feel like what the problem is, spirit's asking you to shine your light. And I think there's a piece of you that doesn't feel good enough about yourself, right? So again, it's kind of like letting go of those old false beliefs, from when you were a child or whatever, because you have something much greater. It's your soul purpose. And I think because this card, don't dim to fit in, is here, I feel like you have a habit of just keeping your thoughts to yourself, because I feel like you feel like it's not, like nobody wants to know or something. I'm not sure. Okay, so August. Your dreams need a practical plan. And then it says the Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And then an opportunity is there, but you're not looking at it. You're like, you got your back to it. So I think this is an important message, but you do have this council around you. Like, this council is like your ancestors, your guides, your spirit squad, and I feel like they're trying to help you see, right? I feel like you're just transforming. I mean, the Phoenix Rising is here, right? So something huge is transforming in your life. Tell me about that. What's that look like for Virgo? What's the Phoenix all about? That's number 32 card. It's about a transformation for sure. Ten of Swords comes out. Transforming the way you see yourself. Again, that's going on in July too. So you're still doing it in August. You're still not quite sure. Now, you're getting this new path information in June. So you have the new information about where you're going or like whatever in June, but you're still doubting yourself in August. So I feel like you kind of have this struggle. Don't forget this is what you're doing, though. I love this card. This is the Hierophant, right? And this is like our soul, like this is the ladder up to the light, right? So it's pretty, yeah, balancing. Tell me some They can never find my vein either, Dan. Some of you could have a new lover coming in. Maybe it's a Scorpio, maybe it's a Gemini. But I think what's really happening is like the transformation that's happening inside of you. Like you have all these self-doubts, you have all these fears, and you have all of these things that you think about yourself that are not true. And I think what's transforming is that. And I feel like what's happening is you're finally getting to that place where you're coming from a heart space, you know, because what's transforming is that it's like the way you see things, you know. This can be a lover, it could be a choice, or it could be alignment, you know. It can read any of those ways. And so the transformation is, it could very well the transformation is just the way you even see yourself, and like finally coming together and owning that soul piece and like giving it the honor and that it deserves just as much as your human part does, you know. Your human's the one getting through it, but the soul is the one who came here to learn and feel all the stuff through you, your eyes, your person, you know, your placements, your you. So I feel like you're figuring that out, and I think once we give that the recognition and the honor that it deserves, I think everything turns around, because you just don't, like, none of it makes sense anymore. Like if you're like talking shit to yourself, you know, you're not loving yourself, or you don't think you're worth anything, or whatever, you know, like any of that, all of that can happen. And I think once you really understand, believe it, like inside yourself, and like you've felt it, you've seen it, you've watched your soul in action, and you can see it. It's a pretty badass deal, right? And then there's just no room for being angry at yourself or not loving yourself. You know, there's not even any room. You can't not love yourself when you see how awesome your soul is, because that is what you're loving, right? And it's smart and funny and all these things. Okay, I think I'm going to stop my readings there. That's a freaking 2-hour deal. But like, Jess, are you still here? I know Jess asked me to do some cards. You'll get the nurse who does the sticks for the last 35 years, not somebody who worked in the green chain at the lumber mill. No kidding. Yeah, I usually tell them right away. Like, I'm just like, no, like, get a helicopter person in here. I don't want to do that. I remember the very first time I went and had surgery, I was like, I don't know, in my 20s. And they couldn't get it in, and they had like starts of IVs all over my hand, and I had like 6 of them, and I was just crying. I mean, I'm one of my mom. You know what I mean? Okay, Jess, what do you want to know? What deck do you want me to ask from? What do you want to know? Do you have a certain question? Do you have a certain deck? I kind of feel like you're going through some kind of really cool enlightenment. Like, I feel like maybe you're having an encounter with your soul. Your choice of deck. I love this deck. I think this is my favorite. My wife laughed. Well, it's kind of scary when you're sitting there and they've tried like 8 different veins, and you've got, it's scary. It's a high stress situation. Who likes needles? Not me. Yeah. So I usually just say like, hey, get a hot towel, because I don't know if it's that I'm fat or if my my veins are just really buried deep. I'm not sure. Okay. Jess Reed, spirits, angels, guides. Let's tap into Jess's energy. Tell me what she needs to know for the solstice. Well, definitely looks like you have to walk away from something or detach from something. You got 2 cards saying that. Like it's time to let something go. We'll see what it is. I feel like maybe there's some balance. Yeah, you need to release something and rebuild. I feel like there's been a tower. Whatever you're working on, keep working on it. I think it's going to be successful. So it looks to me like you're needing to move on. 8 of Cups. You need to walk away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. The number 11 Justice card is here. And this card is called Detach. It's like you have to just let something go. It's kind of like that's kind of what I was talking about with our kids, you know. And you said you have one that's in an abusive situation. You're going to have to step back. I know it's scary. All you can do is answer the phone when she calls and she's beat up and you got to go pick her up. That's all you can do. I know that's fucked up, but you can't force her to do anything. She's an adult. So I also see this 2 of Pentacles here. Like it's about finding balance. It's about being called in 2 different directions. Like this is your soul out here, up here, way up here. And here's your human. And it's saying like, wait a minute. Your soul's like, let's go. And your human's like, wait a minute. That looks scary. I'm not sure. Did you ever watch that show with all those little feelings? Those little feeling people? And like the crier comes out, oh, I'm scared. Like you go through all this stuff. That's kind of how I feel like it is with the human and the soul. Like, because the human is just like all those emotion people. Like, you know, I'm scared, I don't want to go. Or like, I'll show you, I'll puke up all this. Like all that. That's your human, right? But your soul, it's ready to fly, man. It came here to just cruise through this life and feel all these things. And I'll bet you if we all tapped in deep enough, you know what we'd find out? That we came here to make a major change in the world. Especially because we're alive right now. I think that we're all here for a reason, and you're included in that. Here's the thing. You've got this release card here. So look at what it's telling you. So whenever I look at the release card, like this one, it's almost like getting a new skin, right? And like, you know, the old one just is itchy. It needs to come off. You've got to slough off the old skin so this new version of you comes out. You know why that happens? Because we learn stuff. You know, let's say we'll talk about just something simple like religious dogma. And we all have it at some point, I'm sure. Like we just grow up believing this or that and we never question it. We just believe it, right? But then we start down this spiritual path and we're nudged by our higher self. Wait a minute, I don't know. This isn't the way to do it, you know, and or they show you something, you know, or you dig for it. I want the truth on this. And then you start to find it, you start to feel it, you start to dream about it, you start to connect. And what you find is that a lot of the stuff that you thought was the truth your mom told you, your dad, your grandma. And that's not what your soul is telling you now. So it's those kind of things. It's those beliefs that just don't fit anymore. They don't feel right anymore. We know they're not true. It can be kind of shocking. It could cause a tower. It can cause a heartbreak, right? But what I see happening is like a rebuilding going on here. So I feel like I'm going to clarify with this cool light seers deck. Tell me what you're moving on from here. Uh-oh. That's my ride to the hospital. Okay, so I'll call them back when I'm done here. Okay, so why? So the moving card is about changing your vibration, you know, like, because the Six of Wands is, or the, yeah, the Six of Swords is here too. Like, Spirit wants you in a different vibration. And I feel like there's a lot of healing going on inside of your heart right now. Like, I'm not sure what happened, but I feel like you need to let it go. I feel like you have to detach yourself from something. It could be about a child. The Page of Cups is here. So it could be about that, or it could be like, it could be about love. Like, I don't know if you're waiting for something, you know, Three of Wands, Page of Cups, and detach. So you have to kind of let go of something to do with whatever this is. You know, it could be your child. You know, what are you waiting for? That, oh my God. I didn't even know I answered that. There's somebody, some kind of caller. So, the King of Swords is here saying, like, you got to get honest with yourself about what needs to be cut out. Spirit is trying to connect with you. See, all around this card, like, this is about going out in nature. This is about connecting with higher and listening, right? But I do kind of think, tell me more about that. Why is the Page of Cups and the Three of Wands here? It's almost like that is what you need to detach from, but Eight of Pentacles. It could also be about work too, Jess. I don't really know. But I feel like, honestly, like you've been, it almost, it looks like a kid. So Page of Cups, Three of Wands. So you're like waiting for something with this kid. And I think what it's saying is to concentrate on something else. Like, put your focus, because the Eight of Pentacles is here. So I'm feeling like this is about like getting good at something. It's about practicing something. It's about honing a skill. So whatever that is, like whatever it is, it could be a hobby. You could be cooking. Could be, you know, I don't know. But it's saying like put your focus on something else, because I feel like you're really focused on like waiting for something to happen so you can go rushing in and your whole life is kind of on hold. Am I right there? Thank you, Dan. You did help. Thank you for telling me that. I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. But there must be a reason I'm going through it. You know what I mean? Like 3 more weeks of downtime. I'm thinking like, Spirit, how long do I have to stay in the hermit? Like, God. Okay. Tell me what you're releasing over here. You're releasing something. Yeah, you got the Eight of Swords. It's like you don't see yourself right. You're afraid. You're afraid to begin again. You're afraid. I feel like you could even be afraid of your own intuition, which is a weird message, but that's what they're asking you to release is your fear of maybe starting over, maybe moving forward, maybe trying something new. You see? So let's see. Let's look at the rebuild card, because like look what's all around you is the 10. See, I mean, I think you're afraid to let go of fear. Like, are you addicted to fear? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. This could also mean like the Eight of Swords can also mean like depression. Yeah. And Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I see you feeling really shitty. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. You know? But what you really have is Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So it's what you're seeing. It's what you're choosing to see. That's what you've got to let go of. I don't know why we do that sometimes. Like, it's almost like we maybe get conditioned as a young person to like look at the negative stuff. I know I was. And it's hard for me to not find the negative in every fucking situation because I can. I really, really can. My mom was an expert and she taught me very well. And I'm still like that. And I feel like there's something like that going on with you. Like where you automatically focus or you see things different than they really are. Like you have this mentality like I don't have as much as everyone else. I'm not as pretty as anyone else. I don't know. Um Something. Whatever those things are that make you feel lack, I feel like it's got to go. I think it's something you should work on. Tell me, the Eight of Pentacles is here. So you're like, and this is the second time you have the Eight of Pentacles. This is working on something. So let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Because the Eight of Pentacles also came out with that Justice card up there. Yeah. The Eight of Pentacles. It's about the Two of Cups. It's about the Nine of Pentacles. It's about the Six of Cups. It's about a headache, stability, fighting, a divine match here with the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, and it is, I feel like it could be about a relationship. It could be about a relationship with, I mean, it could be someone that you knew as a child. It could be a husband. It could be a child, right? So I feel like what Spirit is asking you to work on is, first of all, trying to like get like this with your soul, him and his soul holding hands, going the same direction, being happy about it, making plans. And but I feel like you're just like super overthinking something, like six of cups. It's in your way. It's giving you a headache. You can't seem to even like, and you've got 2 5s surrounding it, right? So what I'm getting here is like, there's a King and Queen of Pentacles here too, with this Eight of Pentacles. And I don't know anything. I don't know if you're married or what, but I feel like you're kind of struggling with something, some kind of thoughts. But I feel like if you were to work on whatever it is you're working on, like these are all pentacles almost in this pile. You've got the Knight, the Queen, and the King, and the Eight. So it's about working on something to gain stability. Like, and remember the Two of Cups was the first card out too. So it could be either about you and your soul and like building that connection within yourself, or it could be about like a mate or a mom and dad or whatever, like, and putting in effort into that. But usually the Eight of Pentacles is about working. It's about working on something you dig, like in your spare time, and getting really good at it. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe you're a singer, writer, or something. And you don't really share it with a lot of people, right? So if that's the case, and it's something you think about and you've been planning to do your whole life long, which it very well could be, if it's something like that, it's going to lead you to like alignment and money, money, money. So since the Eight of Pentacles is here twice, I really kind of feel like whatever hobby that you have that you're doing and you never thought would, just give that more attention than you have been. You know what I mean? Like give it more possibility than you ever thought there could be. So if there's something like that, I feel like that's the message there. If it's about your marriage, I'm feeling like this is a pretty good pretty good match. I mean, it's definitely stable. Two of Cups, soul friends, right? You could even had past lives with this person, but I do see some kind of like problem. Five of Swords, Five of Wands, struggle, whether it's in the relationship or within yourself, you know? Like, so this could be about anything. It could be about your marriage. It could be about your family. It could be about your work. So take what resonates there. I hope it made sense. And then I'm going to ask about this rebuild card. Tell me what is Jess rebuilding. So this is your wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups is here. I feel like you're a little torn here. Maybe you're confused about what you really want, is what it looks like. Oh my God, and the Lover's coming out again. Well, do you have like a great marriage? Because like if you, let's just say there was a tower moment in your marriage or a tower moment in your life, and the two of you kind of come together and make it balance, you know? I feel like something's being made right here in a love situation. A decision's being made, right? It is wish fulfillment again. Yeah. So, I don't know, but it looks to me like this is saying, like, honestly, like there might have been an argument or something in your relationship, and it looks like this is working out really well. Like I said, balance. You got that Two of Pentacles again. So you got that twice too in your spread. Your cards are just repeating themselves about the message. So I feel like you have some kind of thing that's out of balance, and I think it's you and your soul. I don't think you guys are kind of all the way on the same page. I feel like there's struggle. So what can Jess do to best help herself in this? Look at balance comes out again. Yeah, so I feel like there does need to be a balance. I do see a lot of love around you. Ten of Cups is here. I see the Two of Cups. I see the Nine of Cups. I see the Lovers. I see the wish fulfillment. I see the freaking Star card. So I feel like there is some imbalance. So you've got the, man, the Two of Cups come out again. Yeah, and then this eight of helpless and hopeless. This is the Eight of Swords again. So you got that again. So yeah, it could very well. I mean, you definitely got this child over here. I feel like you have to let her make her own mistakes. I know it's hard, but like, here's the other thing. Like, just have a talk with your higher self. Pray about it, meditate about it, and tell them what you need. Tell spirit, like, I need to say the right things. I need to answer with love. I need this, I need this, I need this. Be specific. And I think everything will work out. You just have to let your higher self talk to her. If I were you, what I would do is working on my relationship with my soul. You know, hearing it, feeling it, understanding what it's saying to you, and surrender, right? Surrender it, because you do have a lot of fear here, a lot of like lack mentality. You're unsure of yourself and the situation. I feel like it makes you feel super sad, whatever's going on. But I hope that made sense for you, Jess. And that's what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. Rebuilding. And trust, honestly, you know, somebody else said something to me one time. I want to say it to you. Because I was actually talking about my son that died, you know. And I was asking her, like, she was like a medium or whatever, and I'm like, what about this? What about? And she looked at me and she goes, do you trust his soul? And I said, yeah. I absolutely trust his soul. 100% I trust his soul. And she goes, there you go. And that's my advice to you too, Jess. Like, go to that place. I'm getting chills all over. I know that was the right thing to say because I'm getting the chills, but I just feel like go to that place where you're with your soul. I know, your soul. And you're just saying, like, I'm confused and scared and I want to control this situation because I know it's bad. I need you to, like, what can I do? Help me say the right words, you know. But also remember that she also has a soul. You guys have a soul contract. You guys made a plan. And you have to let her have her plan. And sometimes we have to let them find their way out of it. You know, I know it's hard. But like I said, when I really talked to spirit and I was just like, you got to answer, you got to be present this whole weekend because I don't want to like be mean. I don't want to cry. I don't want to have a meltdown, about anything. And it really went off with just like no friction. So it worked for me. I was just saying. I appreciate you, Jess, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope that helps. And I will read anytime you want. Just get a hold of me. I love you guys. Have a good day. I have to get this whole surgery shit going now. Bye.